Hello. Welcome back. My name is Trev. I am the Geordie GM. This is the Gob Squad. There they are. Up here. Other way. Yeah, you just get the idea. Righty. After a greatly long conversation with our lovely players, the order of introduction has changed. So it will do so for the forthcoming weeks. Hopefully you'll stick around to see it. Steve.
Hi, my name's Steve. I have recently escaped the pitch black void that I used to be in front of. I've got a new set of antidepressants, and I've had a haircut. Wowee. I play Pigwiggles, a fighter, who resembles me in more ways than I would like to admit, mostly physically.
Oh, hi. Didn't see you come in. I'm Jim, and I'm playing Blasbo, Pigwiggle, the Booyah Incubant, likely not long for this world.
Hi, I'm Josh, playing Nilwug Pigglewiggle, the druid of the group. Yes.
Hi.
He's really crashing down, guys. Bring it back up. Come on.
I don't think everybody came with a bit prepared, Steve.
Hi, I'm Shona. I'm playing Taco, the monk.
I'm Curly, and I'm playing Grub, the artificer. You're not getting any more out of me.
Hello there. I'm Jack, playing Fugug, the ranger goblin, who, unlike Steve, I'm glad does not resemble me in the slightest.
That's what you think.
Right, that they are heroes? Is that appropriate to say?
I think,
Absolutely not.
I mean, we're the protagonists of the story, certainly, but not heroes.
Participants. This is who you would follow if you get bored of following the main hero who always does the good and the right and all that sort of jazz. Alright, so quick recap. We use let loose an angel. That was a thing. That happened. Yeah. Enslaved it for a day after finding it and smearing goblin excrement all over its magical cage that it was in. Let it out. This was, of course, after some nefarious inward suspicion of the party. Started off by him sitting in the top right that we can see. To his own admission, is just like him, to his unfortunate admission. Anyway. Allegiances were tested and resolved. Some of them, anyway. And then you went and let the angel, you tried to kill Cody's head. You tried to kill Cody, the head thing that lives inside no. God damn it, I nearly had the names. I buggered it up before we even got started. Nilwug. Anyway. Angel flew off, witnessed an awesome fight between this angel with one white wing and one black wing, and another angel with pure white wings. Stood there in awe, waiting for it to return, because they fought off in the distance, because it had a few hours left to serve, but it never did. So he just kind of got bored, waiting, and then continued on the direction that the angel had set your course, because you asked him to take you to where all of the elves hang out. Off you went. Fugug got waylaid. Knocked unconscious. Who could have done that, I wonder? Let's find out later, because we're not going to go straight to him. So, the rest of you lovely people, let's start it off with a roll. Even though Josh is Jake is a complete and utter child and couldn't leave the rolling screen empty. Let's start off with roll. So everyone who was everyone who is not Fugug, please make a perception check. Alrighty, so as you are wandering through, Bugwug kind of trips up a little bit, is seen by Blasbo and Grub, distracting Nilwug. But Tago, you notice Fugug is not around. And this is unlike him. He might be, a weird, nefarious thing with really questionable tendencies.
I'd take that personally.
But he's not there. And hasn't been around for at least 15 minutes, which is unlike him, because he was away foraging and collecting things for all of you.
I go to both Blasbo and Bugwug and let them know that I've noticed he's been missing for 15 minutes.
How many fingers is 15?
I think that's 2 toes and a thumb.
Ah, that is far too long.
Yes, it is.
We should probably go looking for him. Lord knows he might have found one of those holes again.
Or maybe an elf has been tracking us.
Impossible. Elves are beneath us. We would have seen such a thing hours ago.
Also, we flew here.
Can fly.
I don't know. Can elves fly? It's a terrifying
know.
thought.
Anyway, while sorry, go on.
Taco,
dear.
keep your eyes to the sky.
What check would it be to know if elves fly?
A paranoia check. Let's see. Raw intelligence.
Okay.
You're pondering the question. Bear in mind that you have been distracted recently because you have come across a half-man, half-owl horse very recently, and you don't like horses, and that didn't turn out too well. And then a magical horse that could kind of heal itself with a horn sticking out of its face. So, anything's possible. So, Tago, you're fairly sure that you have never seen an elf fly. Bugwug, you haven't seen an elf fly, but in light of the things that you have seen recently, there is a really good chance that elves can, in fact, fly. And it's something to look out for the future. Blasbo, unlikely, but yeah, kind of possible.
I'm caught up in the theoretical sciences of it, like that time we put one in the catapult. We never saw him land.
But we've never seen another one fly.
Nevertheless, keep one eye to the skies, faithful Tago. Now let's go search for our wayward Fugug. Come now, chop chop. It's also rallying the guys around with the staff of the Booyag and go traipsing off in a random direction because we don't know the way he went.
Absolutely. Okay. You set off. If you are trying to track and things like that, you can make a survival roll or a perception roll. I will... your choice. Your choices at all.
I'll attempt to try and find a track.
A track. Righty. So, Nilborg, you're off, looking at the ground as you should. Wow, these are all rolling relatively well, actually.
This makes a first for me. I'm not used to this.
Blasbo, you are far too
I
concerned.
start walking in the other direction, everyone else, and then just sort of catch us up, turn around, and start walking back with them.
You're on form already.
Oh my god, my dice rolls this week. For those of you who are not a part of this group and are watching, I've rolled 8 d20 and only one of them was over a 10 at one point earlier on this week. Dear God.
It was fabulously funny. All right. Wow, you have all rolled really well. Lowest one's a 16. So, you all, through one means or another, managed to converge on one spot. And this particular spot, Nilwug, you're more used to seeing these sort of tracks. It definitely looks like something very, very, very recently has been dragged away. You suspect that it's Fugug because Gob, you spot one of his arrows that has obviously fallen out of his quiver in that path.
Brothers, look, a clue. I'll hold up the arrow. Which way was the arrow pointing? Where I found it.
Make a history check, please. You can't remember.
Currently pointing up to the sky.
We all look up.
You all look up.
Is there an elf?
No, you all look up and you see a goblin. It's not Fugug, but there is a goblin there. It is dressed. It's got a sort of like a dark green tunic. It tries to blend in, but it's standing on the bottom bench, bottom branch, looking down at you both, all of you, sorry. And as you look up at it, it's covered in like mud, and it's made some sort of an attempt to kind of blend in, but it's just standing there, and it's standing completely still, looking down at you with bright yellow eyes.
Throw my trident at it.
Okay, make an attack roll. We haven't got any music. I haven't put any music on.
It's a 24 hit.
Yes, a 24 does hit. 6 points, right, is not enough to kill it. But it yelps up and it goes, "Ah! What did you do that for?"
Where did you take our friend?
Reverend, do not listen to a word it says. It is an enemy goblin. He is not of the tribe.
I am part of the tribe.
Speak which your tribe name.
It's a secret.
Then you're a liar.
I'm gonna shoot a goblin blast at it.
Okay. Shoot your goblin blast at it. 12. Ooh.
I thought that was a 1, knowing my luck.
A 12 does not hit it. It goes, "Ah, I told you already, it's a secret."
Shoot again.
Okay. Yes, that does hit it. Alright. This is exactly how Bob died. And he just falls off the tree backwards and flumps on the ground.
Behold, brothers, luncheon.
I pull my trident out of it, pick it back up, put my trident back. Wait! Before we devour this definitely delicious fellow goblin, someone should eat his brain to gain his memories. He may have known where Fugug went.
I was thinking much the same, brother, and I think that task should fall to our Grub here. It might turn him back green yet.
It would be my honor. I'll just drag the body over to my little cauldron, like prop him up against it, and then just take out a knife and start like just hacking at his head.
Right, okay. It takes a little bit of time, you know, but you do manage to crack the dome off, and there it is, the goblin brain of gobbly goodness, I guess. It's kind of glistening and kind of slimy looking, but you know, there it is. Well, go on.
Take a ladle full of soup and then just like sort of pour it over the top.
Like gravy.
And then just
Okay.
like lean over into his skull and just like start slurping.
While he's doing that, can I check the goblin's pockets if he's got any?
Anything? Yes, make an investigation check. The brains. You've had brain before, but not raw, kind of raw like this. You've always, like, whenever you've eaten it, it's always been an ingredient in the soup. Because the soup never runs out, there is still probably brain in there still, even though it was put in there donkeys and donkeys and donkeys ago. You'll just keep adding more stuff in. But it's kind of tart, you know. And then it has an odd sort of bitter aftertaste. Yeah, it's interesting. And then as you swallow, you get a smell. You can't quite place that smell. It's absolutely indescribable. Regardless of how long you try, there is nothing that can describe the smell of brain. Basically, I don't know what brain smells like, so yeah.
Maybe a good smell.
So as you are munching away, Tago, you root through this goblin's pockets. You find on a 20, very good. You find on a 20 a rolled up piece of parchment. You also find a it's like a, it looks almost like a multi-tool army knife, sort of thing. But instead of a knife and, you know, fork and a spoon and whatever else on, it's got various different but like cut-offs of bone. That one is a little bit sharp. That one is a little bit dull. That one's got a strange marking carved into the end of it. You know, all sorts of weird, different sort of bits and pieces.
I take both and have a look at the parchment.
Right, as you unroll the parchment, written in Goblin is a note that says, "Welcome, Kraptor, to the It's a Secret clan."
And it said it's a secret. I hand it to Blasbo.
Ah, yes, excellent idea. Condiments, and I'll dip the note in the brain as if it was like a Dorito chip and eat it.
Master, there's stuff written on it.
try and regurgitate it back up.
Well, you give it a good regurgitation. It's all, you've chewed it a little bit, you've splurged it all out, and then you spend the next 10 minutes or so, everybody piled around trying to piece together this note jigsaw. You don't put it together quite right. It's you can't. There's no first name, and it's, you put the words together and it spells something completely different. So much so that you're sure.
Frankly, I doubt Tago's ability to read right now.
You're so sure that this is either complete and utter gobbledygook or some sort of goblin Kama Sutra pose. It's not even words or letters. You're sure this is some sort of drawing.
Save that for later.
Right.
Well, brothers, it seems that as they have the capacity to write, there may yet be more sky goblins. We should keep an eye out. Depose them.
These foul imitations of our lesser kin stick to trees rather than holes in rock and dirt. We should definitely destroy them all.
Such heresy. Speaking of heresy, and I look over at Grub supping away, I imagine still. Has he changed colour?
Am I still blue?
You are still blue.
No.
So lead the Pugwug and say, there may be no hope for him.
I fear you may be right. Still, we should keep him around for now. He is the only one who knows how to make the soup.
Indeed. I hope that one day he can be green again.
Cry a single slimy tear into this now empty skull.
Grab!
I have failed thee.
You have eaten the brain! What memories and wisdoms has it imparted upon you?
Make a wisdom saving throw, please. For those of you that do play D&D that are watching this, I am making all of this crap up. So please don't bother telling me, no, you can't do that and stuff like that. This is all just fun. Right, 11. Right, you
Yes.
hands up.
For those of you who know the rules, our goblins are also intellect devourers, apparently.
Hands up to the temples, straining, you squint your eyes, and you toot a little bit, but that's all you get.
I am afraid. Nothing. Perhaps my blue skin stops the ritual from working.
Mayhaps we should consider the flatulence a good omen and follow the scent to where it may lead.
Give it a big sniff.
Alrighty. There is that odd smell. We'll just call it that. It's an odd smell. And you can follow that smell. So, with Grub in the lead, his blue form a beacon for the party, you head off into the wood in the general sort of direction that you were heading anyway.
Can I have chucked the rest of this goblin in the cauldron?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Nice.
But before you throw the entire thing in, I will just hold a moment. I'll get my sword and I'll cut off one of the feet for Fugug when he is rescued.
Okay, following that unusual display of companionship from Pugwug, you head off into the woods. You are traveling, literally following your nose, for maybe another 15 minutes. The smell follows the grooves in the ground that you discovered earlier. And you all hear something. We will cut over to Fugug. Fugug. Blackness. Nothingness. That is what you have at the moment. And then you are rudely awakened by somebody throwing a big bucket of piss all over you. It gets up. Because of the angle, they obviously were standing at your feet. It goes up your nose. It splashes all over your face, partway up your chest. Some of it gets into your mouth. It tastes kind of nice in a weird sort of way, but you do know that it's piss. And you splutter to consciousness, and you are in a tent. Definite goblin design. And there is an emblem of of something on a skin hanging in this tent. And what it is a pair of goblin lips with a goblin finger pushed up against it.
Do I have my weapons?
No, your weapons are not visible, but you are not restrained in any way.
I'm gonna try and just sort of leap to my feet and have like my hands ready to start swinging at anyone that's around me, and I'll look around wildly for any assailants.
Right, well, there is someone standing there because they are holding a bucket. And it looks like the moment that they threw the bucket, they took a giant leap back. This would be something that they kind of expect when they do this. And this is a female goblin. Very attractive as far as female goblins go. And she looks at you in your weird sort of feral state readiness, and she says, "Oh, I'm pleased you're awake. How are you? I didn't mean to clonk you on the head so much."
Sort of hesitate from violently attacking. Keep my fists up, and I'll just say, "Where Buckwalk?"
Where buckwalk? I mean, if I can get some buckwalk if you want some.
Yes.
Okay, just wait here. I'll be right back. And she leaves. You have a moment or two before she returns, or you wanted to do anything?
I would like to go outside the tent and start looking around, and if I can, maybe stealth off into somewhere to hide.
Righty, you go out of this tent. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Oh, God.
Oh, that could have been so much worse. Right, on a 19.
Oh wait, I'm still unconscious, so it says auto fail.
No, you definitely are not unconscious. We will remedy that right now. There we go. Okay. You step out of this tent, not realizing that it is in fact up a tree. And as you step out the tent, you take one step and then another, but the other step hits absolutely nothing, and you go and you fall, or you would have fallen and clattered, all of the branches on this ugly tree going down. But you don't. You get a hold of it, and you pull yourself up. And it's not until that moment that you take a look around, and you are up a tree with many other tents. It's quite impressive, really. Because you look back at the tent that you were in, and it's sort of supported by beams and other logs and things like that. Why they have bothered to shift all of this stuff up into a tree is absolutely beyond you. But then again, most things are. But here you are, standing on a relatively thick-ish tree branch. And as you make your noise and you pull yourself back up, she goes, "I told you to wait here. I'm going to go and retrieve what you asked for."
Sort of slink back into the tent.
Okay. Are you doing anything else, or are you waiting?
I'm gonna look around the tent and just see if I can find my weapons in here.
Okay. Make a perception check as you have a route around. While you are doing this, you hear some odd kind of noises coming from outside. There's a bit of laughing, there's a bit of giggling. It's obviously goblin, and they seem quite close, but you don't understand how they can be so close because you are in a tree that has nothing around this tent. But they sound like they're right on the outside of the canvas. Well, canvas skin. During that time, you have a look around, and your weapons are definitely not in this place.
Okay.
Just after you've... Sorry, go on.
I was going to say that is the bucket still in here?
No, she's taking the bucket with her.
And I'd maybe just like hide in a corner and maybe try and build myself some like cover with whatever I can find.
Right, okay. There's not a massive amount of things in here, but you get the like the bedroll and the sheet that is now absolutely drenched with piss, and you build yourself like a pillow fort.
That'll do.
Yeah, right. Not long after you have finished this this incredible architectural wonder that you have created inside the corner of this tent, which is kind of strange because the tent is round. This female goblin returns, and it has in its hand this weird, large kind of cat-looking thing. But it looks like half of it is made out of maybe some sort of lizard, and the other half of it is also split again, so you've got half of it that is kind of a lizard, a quarter of it that is actually fur, like a cat, and the other quarter of it is kind of slimy, like a frog. But it's not like this big, evenly spread out thing. Literally, the first half of it is a lizard, the back quarter leg is a cat, and the other back quarter leg is a frog.
The second I see that, the fists are coming back up, and I'm going to get really angry and just shout, "What have you done to Pugugg?"
Oh, Bugwug. Oh, I'm sorry, I misheard you. I thought. Oh, no. This is not Bugwug. This is food. You can eat it, and it's not until then you notice that it is actually dead. It's quite delicious. I thought you might be hungry.
Sort of like starts sniffing the air a little bit to see if I can smell food.
It doesn't smell like any food that you've ever eaten before, and you've eaten some really weird shit. But it doesn't smell bad. And she said, "Look, I promise it's not bad." And she grabs a hold of the cat leg, and she she snaps the back leg off and takes a bite out of it, and then drops it and starts pulling the hair out from between her teeth.
I'll climb out of my fort and sort of cautiously kind of crawl over to her and maybe take a bite.
She sort of leans down, and it's like, "There you go. It's. I promise it's all right." Like, I'm sure it is. And as you take it, I would imagine you just whoosh, and she's like, "Oh, yeah." Oh.
Once finished, I'll look up and say, "Where, Bugwug, my Booyak."
Oh, Booyag. Oh, there was more. I only found you. I mean, definitely if there's more, we can go out and have a look. But I have to say, you are a wonderful, wonderful specimen, and you will make a fabulous prince.
I sort of like straighten myself up a little bit like that. Fugug, prince.
Oh yes, yes. Well, I am princess. My name is Princess Big Toe.
My eyes widen.
And you are. I have
King.
King eventually when King Big Hands is no more.
Where, Bo?
Oh, your weapons. They're in the weapon tent.
Take Fugug.
What, here? Now? We're not even married.
Need Bo.
Oh, you're one of those. Oh, okay. Please come with me. And she grins, and away out you go. and she is obviously very, very adept at walking through these trees. There are some logs that have been hoisted up here and then lashed and roped onto the more stable branches to create walkways from like one branch and around the tree, and then there's another one that goes to another tree. Excuse me. And she takes you on a little bit of a journey. It's kind of weird being up in a tree, walking across logs inside the tree. You've been up loads of trees, but normally that's where you hide and shoot things from. But it's kind of odd walking around. And she eventually takes you to a tent. And inside this tent, there are various weapons and items. There are swords, there are some shields. You notice that all of the shields have the goblin lips with the finger motif. And you see your bow. It is quite distinct. It is sort of like off to one side. It looks nothing like the way that these other ones do. It looks like you have modified yours quite a bit in comparison.
I'll go
it's
straight over to it. Put it straight on, like, around my shoulder.
right. Okay. Do you still want me to take you?
Prince first.
Very good. It's very princely to show patience. Excellent. So please follow me, and I will introduce you to King Big Hands. And she gestures for you to follow her.
I'll follow.
Okay.
All thoughts of the Pigwiggle clan are out of my mind now.
She leads you around back the way that you came and continues past that tent where you woke up. You're still covered in piss. Nobody seems to care, and you go to a larger tent. Now this tent looks like it is built around the tree rather than just being a tent in the branches, and it has a definitely in comparison grandiose kind of entrance. And you follow Princess Big Toe in. It looks fabulous. It looks absolutely amazing. There are carcasses hanging up. There are feet hanging. There are toes hanging. There are heads hanging. There is skin that is all sort of stretched out, and that's curing for the moment. The smell of all of these body parts is absolute. It's just amazing. And you look, and you see that there is a kind of a throne, and surrounded by several goblins, there is a larger goblin with huge hands. Absolutely massive hands. He looks up and he goes, "There, hello, Big Toe. Why is he here?" And as he points, you notice that the hand that he points with, it must have about 8 fingers on it. And she says, "Oh, he's the one that that I caught. He's now mine." Okay, why is he here? Well, to meet. He's going to be Prince. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch your name.
Fugug.
Fugug. Oh, lovely. That's going to be fun. Prince Fugug, he's going to be. I don't think so. Prince Fugug. Look, those hands. Only 5 fingers. Ha! And he sort of like jazz hands. Here's the hands. Yes, he does have 8 fingers in one hand, and he's got maybe 11 on the other one. 5 fingers. Pooey! Rubbish! Bet can't even play piano. Ha!
Fugug could get more. And I'll show my hands.
More. You have 3.
Could get 5.
How? How you get 5? I want 5.
Fugug could bring you 5.
You bring me 5. I make you a prince.
But I didn't mention it, but would I want my short swords as well?
Yes, you would have had everything. You would have gotten everything.
Okay. Then in that case, I'm gonna designate him as a stinky elf, cast Fast Goblin, which is Zephyr Strike, and I'm gonna sprint at him and cut off his fingers.
Okay. Make a hit roll. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, because he's sort of, I want 5. So they're all out there already waiting for you. Which hand are you going for? You going to the one with 8 or the one with 11?
I'll go with the one with 11. I have a chance
Okay.
of getting more fingers. With the Zephyr Strike, I'm going to use advantage on the attack.
Right, okay. Wow, 24 definitely hits. You whiz up, roll your damage. You whiz up using your wonderful innate powers, and you give it a good swing with your short sword.
And there will be an extra
my.
D4 damage as well.
Oh my. Okay. Right. 21 points of damage. You swing, whoosh, and you cut off. You're not exactly sure, because as you do cut them off, you look down, and he just goes, and as you look down, there is a wonderful collection of fingers there, and as you look back up, he's got maybe 2 left on both his hands
Scoop up all
combined.
the fingers and just hand them to him.
And he just keels over.
I'm going to start pointing at all the little goblins that were around and just say, he said bring 5 fingers, Fugug Prince. Fugug Prince now.
There was this absolute silent awe in this room. And
Is he
they sort
dead?
of, oh yeah, he didn't die with having his fingers
Okay.
cut off. It looked like he had some sort of like heart attack, perhaps.
Okay, seeing that he's dead, I'm then going to then say, Fugug Prince, King dead. Fugug King. And then I'm going to raise both my swords.
There is this. All of the rest of the goblins, there's maybe 10 of them, and as they're all there, and they sort of lean in against each, close to each other, and they do that weird whisper, I don't know, and then where that is going, that's that. And they turn and look past you to the princess. Queen Big Toe! And Queen Big Toe turns and looks at you and goes, "Why did you do that now? Now that
Queen Big Toe, King Fugug.
No, now that I'm queen, we can't get married. I thought you had patience. But thank you for
King
making me
said
queen.
me, Prince.
Well, if you brought... he said he would let you be prince. But now that he's dead, he can't let you be prince. And now I'm princess, I've become queen, and now I can't marry you, because you then would be king, and you can't be king. You can't even be prince. And now I can't help you, and that's not fair. And she just starts bawling her eyes out. She turns and she runs out of the tent. And then the rest of these goblins just sort of look at you with absolute disappointment all on their face. They're not angry, they're disappointed.
I'm just gonna still holding my blades up. I'm just gonna put them back in the air and say, "Fugug King."
We are going to cut back to our other goblins en route, and you hear the sound that you hear is. This is obviously some sort of distraught goblin female crying her eyes out, and then you hear Fugug, "Fugug King!"
Just before that, I would have been going to tag over and Pugwig. Oh, poor Fugug. He must be in mortal peril.
Fugug King!
He said he's a king?
The poor fellow's lost his mind.
And then you hear after
He
that,
thinks he's a king.
and you hear after that, a chant starting. Fug, ugh, fug, ugh, fug, ugh, fug,
Okay,
ugh,
king?
fug, ugh, fug, ugh. And it just keeps going and keeps going, and it gains momentum, and it eventually drowns out the sobbing wails of one heartbroken and disappointed now Goblin Queen. And it's coming from above.
My God, has he turned heretic and joined these sky goblins?
It seems he has. And he's become king of them in such a short time.
I turn to you, last remaining noble Pigwiggles. I say, we set this place ablaze and never return.
While usually I would be more than happy to agree with you, mighty Booyah, it has occurred to me that perhaps the terrible tortures and torments that Fugug has suffered at the hands of these foul goblins, maybe he simply pretends to be their king. That he waits for us to rescue him, for you, mighty Booyah, to once again demonstrate your miraculous powers.
Just so. Then let us set this place ablaze and we will catch him and him alone on the way down.
A brilliant idea, Booyah. We must find fire.
Oh God. Okay. How are you? So you must find fire. So how are you going to go about setting these trees ablaze? Do tell.
How big is the tree that their camp is built in?
It's fairly big. If you're looking for height, it's probably somewhere in the region of about 40, 50 feet. So it is fairly high. And as you do look up, because everybody's taken up the chanting, you can see some sentries that should be watching the ground, that aren't watching the ground, that are just chanting. And you can tell, but they have had absolutely no knowledge of what's going on with Fugug, wherever Fugug happens to be, but they're just like, woo, chant, Fug, Fug, oh, they're just chanting just for the fun of it. There is, as you look up, you can see the logs that branch off to other trees. There may be 6 trees in total that make the collection of this camp. This one is definitely by far the largest.
While Bugwug goes running off for fire, I'll turn to the blue Grub. How is it you heat your cauldron?
Well, I was going to say, actually, is it safe to assume that I know how to split a log and heat a cauldron?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not only a gazpacho soup maker, are you?
Let's see, we don't just have, like, room temperature or, I guess, forest temperature soup. I would suggest we maybe chop some of these smaller trees, build around the bottom, and we cook them as they fall, like the soup.
Oh, magnificent. We shall need Bugwug's stout arm for this, but he's already run out. Tago, fetch him, please.
Yes, master. Fugugg. And I go fetch him.
Okay.
Scout for some decent firewood trees.
Right.
Dead and dry. Something.
Right, okay. Nilbug, what are you doing in this time?
I'm thinking about going up and getting some intel. So I think I'm going to use my B-shape ability and turn into a spider.
Right.
While
now-
everyone's busy.
Okay, right. Here's the question. Does everyone else know that you can do this? Or have you kept it a secret thus far?
They've seen me turn into a badger that one time.
Yes, but these are goblins, so you can turn into a badger. That doesn't mean you can turn into anything else.
Yeah. No, not too much. I tend to keep that on the down low.
Right, okay. So are you going like tarantula size? Are you going like little indoor size? Or are you going for something large enough for, people to really, really squeal like they do on TikTok?
Like a huntsman spider.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go for something like kind of big-ish.
Kind of big-ish.
Not huge. Like you look at it and be like, oh my god, that's gonna kill me. But more noticeable if you saw it. Sort of
Right,
thing.
okay. So we're going for like tarantula-ish kind of size. They're
Yeah,
big and
something like
chunky and hairy and give everybody the willies, right? So,
Yeah.
whilst actually make a stealth roll to see if you can do this without anyone noticing. Right. Now I have everyone's passive perception. Now everyone else is busy. Do I? Yes, I do. Right. Everyone else is busy, so I'm going to apply a disadvantage on their perception. So Blasbo won't see you. Bugwug won't see you. There's you. You are the only person that would see yourself, so you are good. You are in the clear. Right, so you get a hold of the tree, you kind of jump onto it and wrap your arms and legs around it, and then your body shapes and malforms and shrinks down, and there you are, a spider. Would you like to describe yourself? How is it, a normal spider, or is it a Nilbug odd-looking spider?
Yeah, it's got weird growths on it, like fungusy growths. Like maybe an odd little mushroom, tiny little mushroom coming off its abdomen. Or thorax,
Lovely.
whatever you call it.
Right, and you skitter up this tree. Now, what do you see? Let's find out. So, back up to Fugug. While the rest of yous are looking for fire and all of that sort of stuff, Fugug, the chant has been taken up. Fugug, 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 Fugug. What do you do?
Enjoy my time, really.
Right?
I'm gonna just get my little horde of goblins, and I'm just gonna take them around the trees and try and accumulate more goblins into the chant. Just like a whole mob mentality sort of thing.
Right, okay, you can do that absolutely no problem because they are already
Goblins
chanting
trying
anyway.
to fall down even realizing what they're doing.
Right. I tell you what then, make a, I know this is going to be really fun, make a charisma roll.
Oh god.
Don't forget, you can increase your charisma by activating your thing. I think you were the person with the charisma, weren't you?
Yeah, I've used that already today.
Right, okay.
So,
You've used it, have you?
Yeah, it's ticked off on the sheet. Yeah.
To open up the
Oh,
game.
yes, that's right, because you haven't rested yet. Okay. Right, so, on your roll of 5 minus 1 to 4,
Before I do it, did the goblin big hand, did he have a crown?
no, it was more like a Caesar wreath that comes like halfway around his head, sort of thing.
I'll take the wreath at least.
Right, okay. If you're putting it straight on, he had a really big head. It sort of rests on your ears, making your ears like bend out over a little bit.
That's fine.
All right, okay. You head on out of the tent, and nothing needed. They're all shouting "Fugug, Fugug," and when they see you, they go. The ones that do see you go, "Who are you?"
Blades up. Fugug King!
And a couple of them look at each other, shrug, and Fug, and they just continue the chant. And you head around, and you collect every single one of your goblins. And where are you taking them? Are you just heading back to the main tent?
I'm just walking around.
You're just walking around, right? Well, there's only like 6 trees for you to head off to. It gets really, really, really dicey when you get to one of the outer trees, and then realize that there isn't another way out, and you turn round, and then there's this massive crowd trying to follow you. There's like 40 other goblins trying to follow you. But they're like right up your back, and they're all along the log, and there's a big crowd on the other side.
I'll try and bring them back to the throne room once I've accumulated enough.
Right, okay. That charisma check that you just did, they are unsure what exactly it is that you want them to do other than follow you, which they have, and now they're in this weird sort of traffic jam. So how on earth are you going to resolve this?
I'll just put both my arms up again with the blades and just shout, "Follow!" And I'll just walk towards the throne room.
Right, okay. Make another charisma check, please. Wow, that's only 2 better. Right. And Jim, you were complaining about your rolls?
I mean, I think I'm still warranted to. Come on, you were there on Monday.
Yes, I was. So you eventually maneuver your way around this single file branch, and they eventually get the idea that they are to get out of your way. And you head on back to the big tent with absolutely everybody. And they all squeeze in this tent. And they all look at you expectantly. And some of them, the ones that are standing at the back, they've got like spears. And they're just sort of like muttering and talking amongst themselves at the minute. Obviously having no idea why they are here and where Big Hands went.
No, he's just dead. He's
Yeah,
next
but
to
they
the road.
can't see him.
I cleaned him up.
They were last in. There's a crowd of their comrades right in front of them. They can't see this. But they're just ignoring him. All the rest of them.
I'm gonna the hand with all the fingers that I cut off. I'm gonna hold that in the air and shout, "Big Hand dead. Fugug King." We'll just see how they react first.
Right, they all mutter. They do that like crowd mutter thing. Oh, let's go. It's fucking this king. And then there is this odd hush. and it's dead weird. All of them in unison. It seems like they have practiced this, and they all just shrug and go, okay, and the echo of okay, it's really loud because it's all at exactly the same time.
We're elves.
One of them near the front say, no, just elves. Not were elves.
Where are they?
Ah, oh, okay. They are that way, next to big castle.
And then blades up. Kill!
They do the mutter, and then they all shrug in unison. Okay. Just blasting out this wave. Right. While you have been doing all of that, because that would have taken a little bit of time, we will head back down to the surface. Now, there was a plan to chop up wood, to look for fire, and one of you is searching for the other. Now, Nilwug, you see all of that. What has just happened?
I want to try and get on Fugugg's clothing on his back.
Oh, this is going to end really poorly. Right? Okay, make a stealth check with the spider stats, which is, do you have them or do you not have them?
I do not have them.
I can get you a spider.
Perfect.
Spider stats. Righty, there is a spider. It has a stealth of +4.
+4.
Yes, roll your d20.
D20 +4.
13. Right. Fugug. Your passive perception is 11. So you have successfully managed to climb up the back of Fugug's leg. No one has noticed you.
I think I'm just going to wait there until the time is right with the others' plan back on the ground.
Okay. So, back on the ground. Bugwug, what are you doing to find fire in this dry, wooded area?
Oh, you see, if there's one thing that Bugwug knows, is that touching fire hurts, and is very good at torturing. And there just so happens to be the sound of wailing coming from up those trees, which means someone has touched fire up there. So I will ascend the tree to the crying sound, and with it find the fire.
Okay. Right.
I accidentally knocked myself out in fantasy grounds.
You accidentally knocked yourself out. How on earth did you manage to do that?
I accidentally typed something on my wounds and then I put it to my full health and I killed myself.
Well done. Right.
Out of curiosity, what hit points should I be on? Because obviously I was on 0 when they knocked me out.
21 wounds is what you have woken up with.
Okay.
So right then. So Bugwug, you locate the tree. Let's make an athletics check to try and climb this tree in your odd, mismatched chamber pot helmed armor. That's pretty good. That's really good. That's a 21. Right, so you start your ascent. And you manage to scramble your way up to the lower branches. I'm never going to assume anything in this game, ever. Are you trying to be quiet?
Yes.
Okay, make a stealth roll with disadvantage.
Yep.
Yeah, because you are wearing heavy armor. Oh, look at that! A 20 and a 5. Shame it's the 5. So, 6. So you are ascending this tree, trying your best to be quiet. When Tago, your mission from your... Wow, I've just got a massive sense of deja vu. Sorry about that. Right. From your Booyag, you have went out and started looking for Pigwiggles. You don't find him on the ground, but you hear a massive clattering above you. And there he is. He's about 20 foot up, climbing this tree.
Pigwiggles, what are you doing?
Look down. And without being quiet myself, I'll say, silence! I am attempting to sneak into this compound and steal their fire!
We have an idea for fire.
We're going to create it.
Impossible!
There is a way.
There is only fire that already exists!
Grub can make fire when he uses his pot to make soup.
I've done it before. Just the hot soup is so good you forget.
Possible. Fire already exists, or it is made by Booyag. Now I will steal their fire. Enough! I will impress the Booyag. You will not stop me from gaining the favor. I continue to climb the tree.
Tago, what are you doing?
I head back with Grub to the Booyag to let him know that we couldn't bring him back because he wants to find fire. But to try and cheer the Booyag up, I give him the bone Swiss Army knife thing that I found on the other goblin to try and cheer him up.
A pox upon that!
Brutal.
It may be we have to make do with our own lumber. And we may also have to catch Pigwiggle on the way down.
Right then. So whilst Pigwiggles is climbing this tree, very skillfully I might add, what are you doing for the fire?
Walking off, looking at my blue hands, thinking, maybe I am Booyag if I can make fire. And I start to look for trees.
We'll start to snap off branches and just see if we can start a small fire that way, which will then catch
dry dead trees.
I look for lumber as well.
Right, that's not difficult to find. So you can amass a collection of kindling.
Start building a pyre at the bottom of this big tree at the side.
Right, okay. You have created fire often enough to heat the soup, so it is not that big a chore for you. And you...
once that fire starts to catch on the big tree, I will clap Grub on the shoulder and say, "Blue though you may be, your skills are invaluable. We shall make you green again yet, my friend. But till then," and we look up at this terrifying sky fortress, and notice it's attached to some other trees. Mayhaps we set those ablaze also. And we'll just go on a small, committed spree of arson.
Okay. As luck would have it, because Fugug collected everyone and put them inside a tent, nobody sees any of this. So you are absolutely unhindered in your mission to light this place of set this place alight. So we will actually go back to Bugwug. So Bugwug, you are getting closer to the sound of this sobbing, which has not abated all of this time. The chanting of Fugug has stopped, and you crest over the edge next to a small-ish kind of tent on some sort of weird man-made, well, goblin-made platform. There it is. And you see the symbol of the goblin lips with a finger.
Disgusting. Draw my weapon. My shield.
Okay.
Go to the tent.
You cautiously open the tent with your shield, weapon out, ready, and you see, make a... let's see. A charisma or wisdom saving throw. Oh yeah. So as you, a wisdom. You roll a natural 20.
Today's just my day.
So you cautiously open up this tent, and you take a couple of steps in, much more louder than you would have liked, but you're here now, so it doesn't matter. And you do see the flicker of fire coming from the inside. Standing next to that fire, which is a torch attached to a beam in the middle, you see the most beautiful goblin that you have ever seen in your life. And for a brief moment, a flash of another universe, another time, another chance that may come flashes through your brain, through your mind, across your eyes. You can smell the death and carnage and the sweet, sweet smell of this exotic goblin next to you, helping you, doing the things that you love. The conniving, the scheming, the killing, everything that makes you go all tingly. There it is. And she is happy and spurs you on. And you are happy that she is spurring you on. And it is, you get this real odd sense of satisfaction and happiness. And then you remember that you need fire, and none of that doesn't matter. So you are not smitten by the look of this goblin.
So I has this goblin noticed me?
Oh yes, absolutely. She's standing there looking right at you.
And I just go to the torch and cut it. So I've got the torch in my hand.
Okay. As you approach, it sort of backs off a little bit. And you go straight to the torch. Cut it off. She's not doing anything.
I stab her.
Right, okay. Roll a hit.
When she said tie me down and do anything to me, she didn't think you meant that.
A 23 definitely bypasses her armor class of 10.
Yeah. Nice.
Right. You stab her. Where do you stab her? Just out of curiosity.
The head.
In the head. Okay. You leap forward and thrust your sword out, and your sword goes clean through her head, and she is just dead. She is no more.
So sorry. Fugugg. There's no way a goblin can have that many warts. Ha! So put the sword away.
Okay, you have successfully kind of assassinated the queen of this goblin tribe, and you have fire. This is more important. Fire. You have it. It's in your hand.
I start setting the tent on fire.
It doesn't take long to catch hold, and the tent is on fire.
Yes. Yeah. I run out.
Okay. Right.
And
Go on.
I want to run out, setting everything on fire as I run, holding my sword in the air in the other hand, and start screaming, the Pigwiggles! Fire! Fuck trees! Woo! And just setting everything on fire.
Right, okay. As you go out, just as you shout, Pigwiggles, climb factories! Right, you hear. Okay, that the weird sort of like echoing sound of okay. Followed shortly afterward, you go, factories! Okay, so they still don't hear you. So we will switch back to... Ooh, we'll go back down. Just trying to keep the time order correct in my head here. We will go back down to the surface, where Nilbug, Tago, Grub. Actually, no, not Nilbug, is it? So it's just Grub, Tago, and the almighty Fugugg that is Blasbo. Your fire is catching. It is beginning to catch. You have piled things up against the other trees, and you notice from above that there is fire. Tago, you realize that this is the exact same tree that Blasbo went up.
You mean Bug went up?
Yeah, sorry, yes, Bugwug went up. It's hard, okay?
It's okay.
Yeah.
We look up, because we saw this, the one that went up, yeah? And just, my God, the magnificent bastard did it!
And then you hear him, Pigwiggle, woo, fuck trees, and, you know, all the rest. You piled everything up? Go on.
Bugwug, come to us, brother! Flames are set! The mission is accomplished! Please climb.
Yeah, I throw my torch at the nearest other tent to set it on fire, and then I jump off.
Right, okay.
We're gonna try and catch. I'm gonna try and catch him.
Can we catch him in the soup cauldron?
Ooh, yes,
If we all like hold an edge.
yes, that's exactly what we're gonna do.
The torch goes swirling through the air, and you jump off. Now, important question. Right? Bugwug, are you in a cannonball state of mind, or are you in a cliff diving state of mind?
I'm in a belly flop state of
Ah,
mind.
sweet, right, okay. So, you hurtle down to the ground. You see your three companions, each of them have a section of the cauldron, and they're like wiggling back and right, and then you jump and make a... Oh, let's see.
Do we all have to make checks for this?
Yes. Right. Okay. So, The three of you that are holding the cauldron, I want the person that has the lowest and there's a reason for this. The person has the lowest let's go for investigation. This is to try and plot his trajectory as he falls here.
Lowest investigation. Mine is a flat roll, so mine's a 0.
Righty. Now,
mine's +3, so it's not going to be me.
okay.
Not me,
You-
5.
Yeah, so
Righty.
I'm the least investigative.
Right. Yes. Right. You are also what is hampering the movement of this cauldron. The others kind of seem to be kind of working in tandem. You think. But then again, you all think that, and you're all sort of pushing and maneuvering and almost tripping over each other. So roll. You've only got to get a 10.
Do I do it with just disadvantage or?
No, just a straight roll.
Okay.
What was it? What's
Here
the
we go.
saying? You're only as strong as the weakest link. You happen to be the weakest link in this at this particular
But
moment.
I am the almighty Booyag, and I disagree with your assessment of the situation. Nevertheless, I will roll this dice.
Right. DC 10. The dice is
Come on,
rolling. It's an 11. Right.
Over a 10, baby!
Right.
I
You
am
set up.
proud.
You set up. You position yourself absolutely perfectly. Pugwug. You have the supreme opportunity to screw this up well and truly. Now, I want you to make an acrobatics to see if you can land inside this cauldron. Bear in mind, you will have to put your arms in at a certain point, so you're sort of like diving like this. Right, so the DC again is only going to be 10. It would have been much higher had they balls that up. Okay, but it's only going to be a 10.
I know that I would, to actually land in the cauldron, have to pull my arms and legs in.
Yeah.
I will not do that.
Right, okay.
So, because of that, I'm assuming, would it give me disadvantage?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Wow. You rolled a 5 plus 1. Okay.
Today's my day, guys.
You feel amazing.
You're killing us, and now you're killing yourself.
You feel absolutely amazing. Mission accomplished. You have stolen fire for the Pigwiggles and then throw it away. But that's besides the point. You then jump off and you hurtle down the 40 feet or so that it is, and you impact. Right. Arms out. Your body lands perfectly inside the cauldron. Absolutely perfectly. You get your belly flop. In the soup, there is a splash. Soup goes everywhere. Your arms. What can we? Well, it would be that much damage, but that can't be just it.
Both my arms and legs are broken.
Yes, I'm going to increase that by that many, right? And this is how much fall damage you take. Right? You take 18 points of fall damage as you not only belly flop from a relatively great height, which really, really does sting, right? But your arms are over the edges of the cauldron, and every single one of you down there hears the audible cracks of both of the arms, both of the legs.
Booyag, I don't think he's doing too good.
And
Hang on, as well. Is he face down in the soup?
yes, absolutely face down. And Grunt,
Look at his arms flopping off the side and say, "That's it, Pugwug. Drink the soup."
he's got more than one elbow by the looks of it on both of his arms. More than one knee.
Can I like grab him by the back of the head,
Oh yeah.
pull his head out of the soup.
My helmet would come off.
We'll pull the helmet off, and then like lift.
Like you grab the head, the helmet comes off, like, like a second of air.
And then when I do have his head out of the soup, I'll just pull out the ladle, give him a good slurp. I'll say, "Here, have some of this," and we'll cast good soup on him.
Such a noble and brave warrior has never existed but ye, faithful Pugwug.
He gets 1d8. Plus 3, where are you? Does this work up here? No, it does not. Just the combat tracker. That'll do it.
It's there. You could have dropped it in the chat either.
That's
Right.
what it was. That was less damage than Fugug took last time.
There you go.
Right. You see his arms snap back into position, or at least one of his arms snap back into position, and one of his legs. It just happens to be the opposite legs. It gives you enough movement and control enough to prop yourself out of the soup so you don't continue to gargle, unless of course you want to continue to gargle. That choice is entirely up to you.
I'll take another mouthful. You know? Maybe a bite of the other goblin that's still in here while I'm down there.
Okay. He hasn't been in there for long. It's not really that tender, kind of chewy still.
It's like pruny, like when you've been in the bathroom. too long.
Yes, absolutely. Definitely not ready.
I think he needs a few more minutes.
Right. With that, we will jump back up into King Fugugg's tent. King Fugugg, you have rallied your troops. A lot of them don't seem to be bothered. In fact, all of them don't seem to be bothered or care about who you are or what you are doing. But, you know, they'll follow you.
I'll rush out of the tent. Still, blades. My blades haven't dropped. They're always in the air at the moment.
Right, okay. All
And I'm
the time
assuming
that you've been
I'll
going
see-
around with Fugug since you held them up.
Yeah.
Right. Make a Constitution. A Strength saving throw, please. Oh, natural 20. Oh, that sucks for me. Right. Absolutely no problem. You are the king. You can hold them up for as long as you want.
I'm going to run out the tent and I'm assuming see everything ablaze.
Yes. There is definite fire from underneath. Now that you are outside, the smoke is starting to billow. This is caught really, really quick.
I will turn to my legion of goblins and I will, with my arms obviously still raised, one of them I'll point towards the fire and shout, "Elvish fire! Vengeance!"
Vengeance! Vengeance! Vengeance!
Can we get safely to the weapons tent, or is that just gone?
That is a completely ablaze. You can try it if you want, but when you were in there last, there were very few metal weapons, so the odds on you'll not find very much in there.
Okay. I'll start trying to climb down the tree with my goblins.
Right.
Hopefully they follow me.
Make an athletics roll, please, to see if you can cover this distance on your way down. Man, I love this game. Right, on an 8, you kind of slip. You get maybe 10 foot down past the edge, and you put your foot on a branch, and before you put your full weight on, one of the other ones go, "King, that branch snap," and you just go, huh, and you fall. I will give you a dexterity saving throw to see if you can catch yourself. It's only going to be 15. Oh wow, you didn't even get 10. That's only a 9. Oh no, you fall all the way to the bottom. That's a good 40 feet. Yeah, right. So as you go down, you branches on the way down. You earn your name, Fugug. going down this tree. You take 13 points of bludgeoning damage as you hit the various branches and things on the way down, and you thud on the ground. Right in the fire, that's at the bottom of this of this thing. Taking a further...
Wait, do I land on my front or my back?
That's my question.
Okay, let's see. I tell you what, we will roll a d20. If you get 11 or above, I will let you decide. Right, it's a 15. You can decide. You want to land on your back? Right, yeah. Okay.
Just so you know, normal D&D groups support each other. This is how we roll.
Honestly, we're not like this all the time. You land on your back. Nilwug, will you roll a d4 minus 1, please?
Oh, -1.
Wow, a minimum of 1 is what it would be. Right, so your spider form has 1 hit point. So I'm going to roll some damage. Let's see if you can maintain that wild shape. Right. Now you have got Fugug landing on you. Damage. You have got fire because you've landed in the fire. Alrighty. Now this will show up 3 in row. The first one is the fall damage taken from being landed on. The other 2 is fire. So the other 2 that are fire, Fugug, you will also take as fire damage. So here they come. Dun dun dun. Right. Oddly enough, yes, your spider form is now gone. So Fugug, you take 9 points of damage. You can take 1 off from your incredibly robust spider form, and the rest carry over as usual. Fugug, you will take 4, 5, 6, 7 points of fire damage as you land in this really big ass fire.
That'll just be a failed. That's it.
Yes, it would. Yes, because you are quite unconscious.
That was a 1 HP.
Yes, you were. Right.
Today's been a real day of highs and lows for Fugug, hasn't it?
Wait, I didn't take enough damage all at once to just outright kill me, did I?
No.
It's got to be at least more than your maximum HP total, so no.
It was possible. It really was possible, but no, not this time round. You know, I really should have had a Benny Hill music playing or something during this, really, shouldn't I? Right, so,
do we see them fall, or are we too busy foot huddled around the cauldron?
I did scream vengeance outside before I fell.
Yes, so you hear vengeance and you look up, and then to you guys it looks like Fugug has just swung around and then just dropped himself and then hit and then landed in this fire.
They have avenged their own flames on us against Fugug! To arms!
They must have discovered his ruse!
Right. Let's roll initiative. Okay, right. Oh, there's some good rolls in there. There's not some good rolls in there. And that was, there's not some good, not there's not good rolls. Yeah, you know what I mean. Right, at the top we have several of the goblins. Now, excuse me. I will put these goblins on the combat tracker here. Now, I don't want to put 40 goblins inside this combat tracker. So each one of these goblins is going to represent 4 goblins. Okay. Now they have to climb down. And they have to climb down quick because their tree is on fire. Now, because they are climbing down and they are trying to be quick, my word, are these good targets. So I will let you do what you are going to do when you want to do it, which is Sounds so strange and stupid to say, but hey, it's that sort of game. So I am going to make, now these guys will make this with advantage because this is their kind of natural habitat. And I'm going to use their dex because they are very good at doing this. Right, so they're on fire. There's lots of smoke. They're kind of blinded, so the DC is going to be 15. But they are doing it with advantage. Nope, them ones do not. And 4 goblins. They also land in the fire and clunk. They are absolutely dead. They only have 7 hit points. So goblin lot number 10, they are gone. Goblin lot number 8. Yet again. Let's try this. DC 15. Nope, these are only getting a 14. So they follow down. It's almost like they are just jumping off. I should just call them lemmings rather than goblins. Right. Bugwug. You have 1 functioning arm, 1 functioning leg. Your other arm and your other leg is broken and hates to move. What are you doing?
Bonus action, second wind.
Right, okay.
So an additional 6 hit points.
Right. Like the true. I can't. What was that long title you give yourself? I'm sure you've written it down somewhere.
I have. Hold on. Notes. I am. No, not notes.
No.
Where is it?
I thought you did it to something in your inventory.
Here it
perhaps.
is.
Right. Okay.
Ability. My military rank
Yes.
of Grand Commander Admiral First Class Supreme Warrior.
Right. You earned that rank, and you show why. You just grab a hold of your other arm, give it a good yank, and snap it back into position. You'll fight through the rest of the pain, and you, using your sword, you sort of bash the side of your leg to snap that back into position, and you gain your 6 hit points. You are semi-maneuverable and functional again.
Pigwiggles! We must destroy these foul tree goblins! Jump! And I will run as fast as I can over to Fugug.
Okay.
Will I make it 2 hit?
Yeah,
Okay.
sure, why not?
This is stretching things a bit,
Okay.
but
Wow, that doesn't happen in this game, does it?
yeah, no.
Right.
Would I be able to shove the foot that I cut off the goblin into Fugug's mouth to bring him back to life? As if it was some sort of, like, potion or something.
Make a medicine check with advantage because you're shoving toes in his mouth that you know he likes.
Yeah.
See if you can stabilize him. Yes, it is a DC 10 medicine check to stabilize someone. You have stabilized him. At the moment that foot goes in the mouth, Fugug purely reflexively starts to try to suck on these toes and then widens his mouth to try and get more. And there's 3 in there at the minute. You're fairly confident that he is okay for the moment. However, he is right next to a roaring fire.
Hands on top of me, and I'm like, help me!
Yes. It's not until you get across there that you realize that Nilbug is lying underneath him.
Neil, what? I did not realize they captured you too! I heroically lift Fugug above my head, my veiniest man-tit flapping in the wind as I do, in a heroic pose, and then throw him towards the group, and I will action surge to help Nilwug up and out the fire.
Right, okay. Yes, you can do that, absolutely no problem. Right. Is that you? Are you done?
Yeah.
Right, okay, right. So we are now at goblins number 2. These 4. It's not difficult, guys. It is only a DC of 15 with advantage on your dex, and you're fairly dexterous. Can you do it? There they go, the roll. These ones managed to make it all the way down to the bottom. See what's going on. This is obviously some sort of ambush. Those pesky, them elves, them horrible elves that King Fugugg was just telling them about. In league with other goblins. And they run. They just turn and they run. They have no weapons. Yous are well equipped. Yep, they're out of there. Right, number 6. Can these 4 do it? Yes, these ones can as well. Immediately following the same path. They might have actually... Oh no, that was with advantage. Yes, that's right, yeah. Yes, they have obviously found a good route. Right in time for Nilwug. Nilwug, you are available to do things. You have been helped out of the fire by your friend? What are you doing?
This is the goblin group that just got down. Are they running too?
Oh yes.
Okay. Are they all in a big group?
Yeah, they're fairly
like
close together.
Close together.
Yes,
Okay.
all 8. If you get in a good area of effect, yes, you get all 8.
Yeah, I'm gonna use my shroom explosion. I'm gonna pull like a ball of fungus out of my pants and just launch it at one in the center. Right, I need to remember how this works. So, if I do it on that one. Oh no, I missed. However, hit or miss, the shard then explodes because it's ice knife.
Yes. Now, there is 8 of them. I will let you roll a d8 to see how many you get, to see how many are clumped together. 3. Right. So, the 3, it is a dexterity saving throw for that, I believe.
Yes.
What is your DC?
I think it's 13.
13, right. Here we go then. 1, 2, 3. One of them has not made it and will take the damage.
Okay. I'll just drop that there. 10 points of
And
damage.
he dies. He immediately. Your shroom explosion, it just, as it explodes. Well, actually, I'll let you describe what it does, because I don't think you've used this one yet.
Yeah, I'll throw this ball of fungus and it'll miss and just plop to the floor in the middle of him. And then it just kind of bursts out into spores. One of them probably breathes it in and just kind of goes,
That freaks the shit out of the other ones, and they then start screaming. Right. Have you got anything else?
No, I think I'll just stand up and prepare my bone staff.
Okay. Right. So, Blasbo is next. I should actually use the combat tracker, I really shouldn't I? Right.
Yes, so they're currently climbing down, aren't they? Yeah.
Yes, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There is 6 more groups climbing down.
Yes.
Now you can't see them. They are coughing and spluttering because they are trying to climb down through the smoke.
But I won't be able to see them through the smoke. Okay, so the
No,
ones
no,
that
you can see them. You can see them. It's not like super thick smoke, so you can't catch glimpses of them. But they'll be getting a little bit of cover.
All the same, I know what my luck's been like with my goblin blast. I'm gonna shoot at the ones that just got spored.
Okay.
It's not aiming at groups 2 or 6, yeah?
Yeah. Man, my music's a little jumpy today.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah, that's. Don't need to say anything. That's a natural one, baby. Okay, you have a bonus action if you want to try and, do something. Except look dejected.
No, I'm just smack my staff off the cauldron. It's like, ding, ding, ding. Work, damn you.
Okay, right. Tago.
Can I? No, I won't be able to. I wouldn't be able to get near any of the ones that are running away. Would I?
Of course you can. You're a monk. Absolutely. Why not?
Okay.
Why not?
Okay. I will run up to one of the ones that's running away, and I will do punch punch.
Okay. Punchy punchy. Fire crackling all around you. Tago, you wisp your way past the flames, dodging the crackling, the popping, spurring you on.
So it's either 2 or 6, isn't it? That I throw it on.
Yeah, that'll do. On a 20, that definitely hits. Alright, so you thwack this one. One quick question to Nilbug. That spell that you used,
Yep.
did they take half if they made the save, or just nothing if they made the save?
Nothing if they
Nothing if they made the save, right, okay. Right, you run up, Tago, and you just smash this goblin in the back of the head, and he just sort of like goes forward, but he is still up.
I will spend a key point doing flurry of blows, and I'll go again.
Okay. Hey, you hit him again. Oh yeah. How do you kill this one? You've already just smacked him in the back of the head.
I do a jumping punch right into the head.
You're much faster than this guy. You've caught up with him already, and after the first initial punch, you jump, and on your way down, whack, and it's like punching a balloon, and your hand just goes into the top of his head, and you can see the squirt of what looks kind of like the brain stuff that Grub was eating earlier, just out of its ears, and it just thumps and slides across the ground a couple of feet. Dead.
I say, grub, another brain for you.
Right. I think that's everything, isn't it? Yeah.
No, with Flourish you get 1 extra.
Oh.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah,
that's
I do.
right. Yes, you do. Yeah, well, you're all right next to another one, so help yourself. Oh, and you hit absolutely with a 23. Oh my word, I've got hiccups.
See, in the marriage, you took all the luck as well.
Ha ha ha. Normally I don't with the blow dart gun, so.
Right, you smack this one. This one, you aim for the head, but he sort of dodges forward, kind of half seeing what you did to his companion, and you hit him right in the middle of the back, the solar plexus. He's like, oh, and he's then, as he was running, he then flares his arm outwards, and he starts running, so his arms flaying about. Is that you?
That's me.
That's you. Righty. We have more goblins coming down. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. There is 5 in quick succession. So, I am going to roll these in quick succession. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right. The first group, they fall to their death. They do what Fugug did. Alright, so that's them goblin 3s gone. The next few manage to get themselves down to the ground. They avoid the fire, and they then start to run. The last group, the flame awaits their incredible descent. Much quicker than what they would have hoped, descent, but descent is what they did. They just don't get to enjoy it. They're gone. So that would be them ones. Right. Right. King Fugugg Pigwiggles, as he has changed his name to.
I'm stable but unconscious, aren't I?
You are stable and unconscious at the moment, unfortunately. Or fortunately, depending upon how you want to look at that.
Seeing as we're massacring your subjects.
And he's not even around to say, don't, they'll help. This is great. Next, more goblins trying to get down. Can these guys make it? Oh, they nearly didn't, but yes, these ones get down and they start running also. Right. Group, it's now you.
I'm going to take another ladle of the soup and waddle over to Fugug on the ground and force feed him the soup, casting good soup on him.
The consistency of the soup has changed somewhat since since that other goblin has been put in to slowly simmer. It's a little. Oh. It's a little thick soup at the minute. You may need to add something to balance that out a little bit. You can tell that just by the consistency of it. But it does its job, and Nilbug?
Yes. What? Sorry.
The familiar flavour of the soup. There it is. It's always nice to be woken up with a good meal.
It was Fugug.
Yeah,
Fugug,
I
sorry.
was confused then.
Sorry, Fugug, beg your pardon. It's nice to be woken up with a good meal. It's much nicer than the last time you were woken up.
And there's a foot in your mouth.
And there's a foot in my mouth.
And there's a foot in your mouth. Yes, you've got. There was a foot in your mouth. I'm forgetting about that. Yeah.
Would I be able to sort of see what's happening immediately and talk before Fugug acts?
Let's leave it to chance, shall we? I tell you what, make a Constitution check to see. Well, let's make it a 13. Constitution check of 13 to see if you rouse yourself awake enough to be able to talk. The answer to that is no on a 10, unfortunately. So you're just like you're distracted by the toes.
My one weakness.
Right, back at the top, Bug.
I'm sick of the fleeing goblins.
The fleeing goblins. There are many. You know.
I will destroy them all.
Okay. You know with absolute certainty that they are going to run away. Absolutely, completely, and totally run away. There is 4, 8, 12, 16. There is 18 of them.
There are the ones that were running in one direction, which have got Nilwug and Tego on them, so I'm going to go for some of the other fleeing ones.
Okay.
Catch up with them.
30 feet will get you into swinging weapons range.
Gonna stab them in the back as they flee. My favorite
Okay.
kind of stabbing. Boo.
Yeah, yes, boo indeed. You miss. You whoosh. And you just mistimed your swing a little bit. That's all. But you have another.
I don't?
No, you don't. That's right. That the other characters that I'm thinking of. That's it.
We level 2.
Yeah. Alrighty. And that's everything. Yeah.
So, all I can
That's
do.
all you've got, righty. Goblins are running away. They are weaving in and out between the trees and things like that. Tago is close to them ones, but they are still running away. Nilbug?
No attack of opportunity?
Yeah, sure, you can make your reaction to an attack of opportunity against one of them. Here it comes. Here it comes. 21 definitely hits. I take it this is the same one that you hit before.
Yes.
Alrighty. Seeing he's like sort of like running with his elbows pointing out and with his hands almost touching his face. And he's you just fingers out and you just whap right where you hit last time, and you hear a as you manage to break its spine right up top, and his body goes completely numb and unresponsive, and he just falls, and whap, his head, you hear the crack as his head hits a rock that is hidden in the underbrush. Dead.
I turn and glare at any of the other ones near me, as if, don't come near me.
Oh, they're not. They are going to continue to run away as fast as they possibly can. Nilwug. Now they are making the rest of them. They are all making a movement, and they are using their action to dash. So they are running full pelt. Nilwug, sorry.
Are there any that are not running?
Oh no, every single one of them is running, but there are some that haven't quite gotten that far away yet.
I don't think I'll attack. I'll just hold my action to cast Sticky String Slap if any try and harm any of us, and if they're within range.
Right, okay. Blasbo.
Which group's furthest away? Because this is going to definitely work this time.
Group that's furthest away would have been 6, but just use 4, that's fine.
Just use 4. So I'll be chasing after them with the staff just swirling over my head. Shazam!
Right, come on then.
But
Come on,
I
come on.
will bonus action to Hex just on the off chance I hit.
Right, okay, come on. You can't roll lower than the 1 that you just had. We are going to break it. Come on. Break this weird sort of curse stinty thing that you have going. And it is a... Oh, it was nearly a 2. It's a 12! You see, that's a good thing. And
I don't even do the Hex damage.
nope, how on earth do you kill this one? All of your frustration and anger of not being able to hit anything for a really long time.
These are representative of groups of 4, aren't they, yeah?
Yeah.
So as they're fleeing, I just see that they're just going beneath one of the trees that's on fire, and I shoot one of the spot beams, and like a flaming tent just drops on them.
Yep, absolutely no problem. It crashes down, flames and debris just erupt everywhere. There's the usual sort of sparks that take to the air that then start to catch other bits of the forest that are on fire. And oh yeah, this is going to be fun.
Beg for mercy from the power of the Pigwiggles!
We're trying, but we're running away.
Yeah, that's me.
Okay, Tago. Now, the ones that you were chasing, they are a little far away to be able to catch up to and attack. But you can chase them by all means, you just wouldn't be able to attack.
I'll chase them.
Right, okay. Right, okay. No problem. You get right up close to them. But you can't attack, unfortunately. You've used your... In fact, you could use... Oh, do you have Step of the Wind yet? Do you have...
Yes, I do.
Right, and so you can use a key point and bonus action Step of the Wind and catch up to them.
I will use it.
Just attack Goblin 1. That's fine.
Sorry, I didn't drop it. There
That's
we go.
okay. Okay. Oh, you missed it. You missed this one.
Jim stole my luck. Give it back.
No, it's mine now.
If you have another key point, I don't think you have, but if you have another key point, you can do a flurry of blows. But you do have a bonus action, so you... Oh no, you've used it, sorry.
Yeah.
Right, so that was your only
Yeah.
one. Right.
Yep, that's me.
Right. They then are going to run away from you, provoking an attack of opportunity. So you can, by all means, attack them again. Oh, you missed it again. These guys are weaving and ducking in and out amongst the trees and the low branches and all them sorts of things. They're not even looking around. They know that death awaits them should they even turn. King Fugug Pigwiggle. You come to your senses. You realise what has happened. You've still got the foot sticking out of your mouth.
Is Blasbo within range of being able to stand up and get over to?
Yep.
Then I will stand up, run over to Blasbo, and I will just say, Booyak, tree goblin friend. Tree goblin want to kill elf.
Kill all the tree goblins? Certainly!
Anything else?
I'm not gonna do anything else now.
You're not going to do anything else now? Right, okay. The other goblins will run away. Grub, you are the last person to be able to do anything with these goblins, should you decide.
I mean, I'm gonna take a shot at some of them running away. I've got to. I'm probably still like kneeling in the position where I've been feeding Fugug the soup,
Yeah.
and I'll pull out my cutlery contraption and fire into the back of it. I don't know. We'll say Goblin Group 1.
Okay. Right. What is in the ladle launcher this time?
Probably like a fork. We'll say with a fork.
A fork, right? Yeah. Barbecue fork. Right. Yep.
Oh.
Right. You line up and you fire, and it goes shooting through the air, straight as an arrow, and it is lined up right for this goblin's head. It is going to intercept it as the goblin comes, and it goes brrr, and it hits a tree that you just die.
Okay. I was probably distracted by Fugug saying they were friends. That's it.
Right. You can follow and kill them if you really do so wish.
Yes.
Right, okay. I will. You can just do that. That is absolutely fine. If you want to describe how you follow and kill and butcher and all that sort of stuff, by all means you can. So, the only two people that we're following were Bugwug and Tago. So, Bugwug, what would you like to narrate your mindless and ceaseless, unceasing butchery of the clan, of the goblin clan? It's a secret.
So I'll go after one set, watching Tago go after the other, and with a mighty cleave of my sword, I will chop one directly in half, and then get it stuck in the other one that's next to him, and then try and trying to pull it out, I will sort of yank it and accidentally hit the one behind me with the pommel as he's running forward in the head, killing him, and then thrusting up, just not even properly do a slash, just slightly nick enough of an artery on one of their necks that they will bleed out running away.
Okay. Tago, would you like to narrate how you kill the remaining goblins that you are pursuing?
So it's almost like Incredible Hulk-esque. I run after them and jump, and then I just do a jumping blow. And as I punch and splat one of the heads into the dirt, my fist going through the head and getting covered in blood, I look for the next target and run after the next one, and so on until I can't see anymore.
It doesn't take you both long to dispatch your prey, we'll call them, and having none others to find, the rest having made their escapes, we will have the break right there. Right, and a surprise for these guys, because during the break they can level up.
Ooh.
Yeah, they can level up. That's third level, baby. I'm surprised not one of them has died before now, if I'm being completely honest.
In spite of our best attempts, with each other and with ourselves.
Indeed.
We're
So,
not making it easy for ourselves, really.
no, you're not. But it's, by gosh, it's fun. So, we will stop this now. Please join us for part 2, and we'll hopefully see you soon.